Have you ever felt exhausted just from trying to make everyone else happy? Like, no matter what you do, it's never enough. You're not alone. Today, we're unboxing a hidden part of your mind, the part that constantly says yes, even when you want to say no. This is the psychology of people-pleasing. Meet Boxy. Confident, calm, like everything's under control. On the outside, everything looks fine. But beneath that surface, there's another Boxy, a smaller, tired, and often overwhelmed version. A part of us that carries invisible weight. The weight of expectations, of judgment, of trying to fit into everyone else's vision of who we should be. Today, we're opening a box. Not just any box. A box that holds the hidden truths of people-pleasing. Every yes you say, every compromise, every mask you wear, they all live inside. At first opening, it may feel surprising, even uncomfortable. We don't usually want to see the parts of ourselves that hide behind obligation. But acknowledging them is the first step toward freedom. Inside, there's a smaller Boxy, tired, frustrated, overwhelmed. This is the part of us that sacrifices its own needs for the comfort of others. This is the part that says yes when it wants to say no, and it's heavy. Every decision is weighed down by invisible expectations, and over time, it can feel impossible to move. Notice the stone on his back. It's labeled others' opinion. This stone represents the invisible pressure we carry when our sense of self-worth depends on approval. Every choice, every word, every action is measured against the imagined judgment of others. And it's exhausting. We bend ourselves into shapes that fit what we think others want, often forgetting what we truly want for ourselves. Look in the mirror. Sometimes, the more we try to please, the less we recognize ourselves. The reflection that looks back can feel like a stranger. We hide our true feelings, suppress our desires, and tuck away our opinions until even we no longer know who we are beneath the surface. And here's the tricky part, we don't always see the strings. Expectations, social norms, past experiences, they all pull us in directions we don't consciously choose. We move automatically, like puppets, giving our energy and attention to everyone else while leaving little for ourselves. And yet we justify it, telling ourselves it's kindness or responsibility or loyalty. This mirror shows another truth. People-pleasing isn't about being good or kind. It's a coping mechanism. A learned strategy, often rooted in childhood or past experiences where approval felt like survival. If you grew up in a home where saying no was met with criticism, or if your value was tied to your ability to keep others happy, these patterns can run deep. And they are not a flaw, they are a learned response to a challenging environment. Thousands of yeses pile up. Each one is a small compromise. Each one chips away at your boundaries. Over time, the accumulation becomes suffocating, invisible at first, but impossible to ignore. Every yes that isn't yours is energy taken away, a bit of yourself lost. And yet, breaking the cycle can feel terrifying. What if saying no hurts someone? What if they reject us or think less of us? What if we finally choose ourselves and it feels selfish? So we wear masks? A smile, a nod, agreement that feels empty. Masks are temporary shields, they protect us from conflict, but also hide who we truly are. They hide our fears, our fatigue, our frustration. They make others comfortable, but at a cost. And the longer we wear them, the harder it is to remove them without guilt or fear. Eventually, the battery drains. Emotional exhaustion is real. People pleasers often feel constant fatigue, even when everything on the outside seems normal. Because inside, everything has been borrowed energy. Every smile, every agreement, every sacrifice draws from a reservoir that never fills. If we don't care for ourselves, and when the battery dies, it shows not in loud ways, but in quiet burnout, irritability, anxiety, or a sense of emptiness. Without attention to ourselves, we start to dissolve. Our sense of identity melts away, leaving only obligations, expectations, and the fear of disappointing others. We forget what it feels like to make decisions for ourselves. We forget what it means to rest without guilt. And slowly, the little Boxy inside can feel trapped, fading, invisible, but it doesn't have to stay this way. Awareness is the first step. Recognize the chains of approval, the patterns that keep you trapped, and start loosening them. Start small. Practice saying no to little things. Give yourself permission to rest. Notice when you act out of obligation rather than choice. Every small action builds a new habit, one that honors your energy and your desires. Breaking free doesn't mean rejecting kindness or care. It means reclaiming your energy. It means learning to say no when it matters and yes when it truly aligns with your values. Freedom feels light, even if it's uncomfortable at first, and with practice, it becomes easier to recognize manipulation, to detach from expectations, and to live in alignment with your true self. And when Boxy closes the box, he's not ignoring his struggles. He's acknowledged them, learned from them, and embraced the power to choose. The hidden parts of us don't disappear, they transform into wisdom, resilience, and self-respect. We can honor our past coping strategies while no longer letting them dictate our present. People-pleasing is more than a habit, it's a signal. A signal that you're ready to see yourself clearly, to honor your boundaries, and to stop carrying the weight of others' expectations. Start small, say no, take your energy back, and watch the little Boxy inside finally breathe, finally stretch, finally exist on his own terms. Remember, being true to yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. It's the foundation for authentic relationships, genuine happiness, and a life where your yes truly matters because it comes from you, not from obligation, fear, or expectation.